British officer John Warren was the main observator in the Madras Observatory setup. So he went to Pondicherry and he met an astronomer called Swaminathan Sheshaya, and that Swaminathan Sheshaya explained how a lunar eclipse is calculated, and he calculated it in a period of half an hour to 45 minutes before John Warren. Then John Warren took up all those details and wrote it in this book called the Sankalita, and he showed how his calculation of the eclipse was fairly accurate, midpoint and the time, all within a few minutes. After writing this article, towards the end of it, at a footnote, Naik says, now there is some more thing I have discovered. 60 years before John Warren, there was a French astronomer here called Lejeantil, who was visiting India to observe what is called the transit of Venus, which happens rarely. There was a transit of Venus across the solar disk that happened in 1769, and this transit of Venus was to be observed. So Lejeantil came to India. He met another astronomer. He met one Gyanamuttu, and Gyanamuttu again calculated for him a lunar eclipse at the end of 1768, and Lejeantil wrote a detailed memoir in French explaining he has brought this. This was the man who brought these cowrie shells with him, and with nothing else, in about 40 minutes he calculated the lunar eclipse that was to happen in December 1768. And then Lejeantil went and compared it with the De la Hire and other tables, which were the latest tables that he had, and he found that the calculation was quite good. So this evidence that Vakya method of calculation was very much alive in late 18th century and early 19th century, and that this looked different. These people are just keeping cowrie shells and doing, they didn't know any Siddhantas. So they thought this is separate, and they even theorized that there was somewhat of a fight between the Brahmins in Pondicherry and these Tamil astronomers. The Brahmins kept their Siddhantas secret, and so all this is written by Lejeantil also. Nagebayer hints the same thing also. And of course, soon enough, in about 15-20 years, it was all proved to be wrong, because this Vakya system of astronomy was widely known in South India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. So we will see how this is a tradition of Tamil tradition of astronomy, but this is not the Tamil tradition in the way Nagebayer or Pingree or others wanted to see, or Indologists wanted to see. It's a Tamil tradition which is in close contact with the Sanskrit tradition, and they are both mutually complementing and adding to each other in the progress of this great tradition of astronomy.